the Huffster. Nope, it's called a Huffy Ranchero. It's 1972, so you might see by the title. So I'm just going to go over what I'm doing. I'm going to be restoring this, kinda. I'm going to be making it like Riley spec, or how I like it. So I am going to be painting it up, getting it all run, getting it nice. But first thing I'm doing is taking off all this bracketry. I'm going to take off this rear pan, start cleaning out all this gunk and grime. If you mix it together, you got grunk, something like that. Anyways, as you can see, this is just nasty. This engine does spin over, but definitely needs some work. You can just see it's just grimy. So I just started spraying all the bolts with some PB Blaster there, and I'm gonna start getting into it. Start taking everything off so I can clean it, paint it, reassemble it. But this thing will be going a little faster than it should be at stock, so we'll be going over that in the future here. Alright, let's check this out. Got the hood, steering off, and boom, we're left with literally just a rolling frame with an engine and a cutting deck. Cut your grass, sit on your engine right now, boom. Yeah, no, this is pretty crazy actually. It's such a simple design, yet so not so simple. Alright, well, it's a mess. Check that out though. It sucked ass getting it here because I had to grind off all 6 of the mounting bolts that holds the cutting deck. I put that in my truck over there. I'm gonna go take that somewhere else and get it grinded down, just because I don't really got the room here and I don't want to piss off my neighbors with more grinding. So go do it at my parents' house or something. Anyway, so this is a cool little mechanism that they got going down. You can see chain, pulley, weird little thingy here. Still don't actually know what that does. I'll find that out for you guys. We got deck engagement. So this is to do with deck engagement, and this is to do with, or this is your drive. That's connected to the transmission. Sorry. So nothing crazy. I'm just gonna keep plucking away on getting this thing torn apart. Then get it ready for paint again. Get some units going. Let's do it. Alright, so I made some progress on the little mini mower there, the little Huffy, which is decent because I need to make good progress because I don't want it in here. I do want it, but I want to make money. Anyways, there's a lot of things that went wrong in the process of getting this motor out because a lot of bolts are rusted, which sucks. But that's life. 1972, no one ever took this thing apart. I'm probably the first person from factory to take it apart, so that's what I got to deal with. Anyways, I'm gonna show you what I did and what you guys can see. Okay, let's get to it. Alright, so as you can see, end of the garage. I'm working at the end of the garage right now too. Not all the tools, bunch of tools out. Okay, so this is the frame. Just this little tiny forward, neutral, and reverse gearbox. The engine drives that like you saw underneath. Here's the engine. I believe it's a 5-horse. That's what everything on the frame's saying, but the back box also says an 8-horse, but this thing just doesn't look like the size of an 8-horse. Looks like a little 5. Anyways, it is tiny, and I want to get it running again because that'd be cool to have the factory engine on there running. Anyways, so there it is. I'm gonna start cleaning up all this frame and get ready to start modifying things because I don't like things stock, as you guys can probably tell. Anyways, let's do this. Alright, so we took the frame and the deck out to the car wash, cleaned it all up. Cleaned up decent. There's still some gunk in there that I gotta actually like get out with like the wire wheel and stuff, which I've been trying to do. But something cool that I didn't notice is there's this screw piece that sits under the your chair or your seat here, and it goes onto this little attachment and it screws this and moves up and down. I didn't really understand what that did yet, but I found out that this whole tray, the whole center of the mower, moves up and down on these little slotted hinges here, so you can see all 4 corners. So the whole deck moves up and down to move the mower deck, which is awesome, which is here. So I grinded that down, got it all cleaned up. But yeah, pretty sweet. Anyways, I'm starting to cut these tires off. I got my couple little band. I got the bandsaw. The saw's all there. So I'm gonna get these rear tires off, and I'm gonna weld a couple of those little rims onto those rims. So I'll show you guys that in a minute. Check that out. A little bit wider of a stance. Looks a little bit weird. Okay, I'll go over kind of how I did this now. Let's do it. Alright, so for starters, I grinded everything so I had a nice clean surface when welding. So I did 4 points of contact, equally spaced around the rim. And what I did is I took the rim bead, so if I was doing this top bead, I took this in those 4 spots and I pinched the bead over a little bit so I could create a nice gap for welding. Thus, I don't get on my top bead part here, or sorry. Thus, I don't get on this top bead part and ruin where the tire seats to the rim. So I did that on both sides. And now we created new rims, and I don't gotta take off the old rusted rims and deal with that kind of bullshit. Plus, we got a big spot in here. You can put a little bit of tuna or something, some tuna fish in there. Grind that all up on your ride. Alright, so we're wrapping up day 2, I believe. Yeah, day 2, let's call it, on the Huffster. And a lot of shit's getting done. A lot of stuff's getting cleaned up, which is good. Because a lot of stuff was dirty. Because again, like I was saying, I'm the first one to work on it. Yada, yada, yada. Anyways, I got some stuff off, so I'll show you guys what I got off, just so I can show you guys in the future what I'm going to put on, if that makes any sense. Let's get to it. Alright, so underneath the, I don't know if you can call this a mower. I'll call it a mower. It is a mower. Underneath the mower here, this is the gearbox input from the engine. So, tiny little pulley. You see that top? That guy? That little unit would drive this big unit on here. So after some much effort on getting that off, I used my pickle fork, as shown in previous videos. That helped out a lot. And I got that off. But this is a 7-inch pulley, and I think I'm going to move down to a 4-inch pulley so this thing goes a little bit faster. I'm not looking to rip, but I'm looking to go somewhat faster than I am now. Anyway, so I cleaned up some clutch stuff to free that all up, so that actually works on a linkage there, so you can see, and then that linkage goes up to your clutch arm. This is the brake arm. This is going to be a good build here, so got the rest of this stuff cleaned up, tires on, little open diff action. I'm going to be keeping an open diff because I'm hoping to still be able to keep the mower attachment working, so it still should be able to cut your grass, which is going to be awesome. Alright, so this is going to wrap up day 2 on the Huffy. Lots to get done still. I'm like, I don't even know what I gotta get done, but I know I gotta get done a lot. So that's what I'm gonna be worrying about. But I'll be showing you guys a lot more of what I did in the future when I start doing it. But that's all that I'm gonna do for part 1. So hope you guys like it. Make sure you subscribe and check out the Instagram, because a lot of you might not be knowing that I run an Instagram as well. So I do. So check it out. There's a lot of cool stuff to see on there, and you can see me and the boys. You can't not like that, right? So anyways, remember to check out these guys as well. Gotta love them.